One more data relay and I'll have it. That should do it. Now, I'll just take the audio from this stream and the video from these 36 and... got it. Go back to where you found that spider bot and I'll show you the AR reconstruction from the night of the explosion.
Acknowledged.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
You brought the payload? What, think we'd go back for you? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
Kelly dog? Oh, fuck. Clan Kelly was in on the bombings. This is huge.
Looks to me like someone was meeting with their dealer, which in this case would be the Kellys.
Oh shit, the woman they met with. I'll bet she's part of Zero Day.
Well, don't just stand there. Keep looking.
Fax. Any chance of running a ping back to whoever was operating the bot?
I've now fully decrypted the signal the spider bot is broadcasting. And while I cannot identify a specific user, it is a call code used by the Metropolitan Police Service.
The police were watching. The plot thickens.
The reconstruction continues behind that rubble.
Oh, great. Has the Pentagon released its quantum tunneling tech yet?
Quantum tunnel technology is at least 10 years away, but spider bots and drones are here today. You could try one of those if you don't feel like waiting.
Solid plan.
Why don't you aim those human eyeballs of yours at the van's cargo?
Acknowledged.
RDX nitrogen, and the exact same detonator system like the bombs that were planted at Parliament.
Zero Day written all over it, yeah?
There, hurry. We've got other deliveries.
So you were hired to supply all the targets? Shut it, we're all on need to know.
Zero Day had multiple crews coordinating this. Three-dimensional chess, man.
That's certainly one way to pull off a massive coordinated attack while remaining anonymous. Zero Day needed manpower and resources, but they needed them at an arm's length. And it doesn't take the world's greatest AI detective to see that both Clan Kelly and Albion benefited in the aftermath. Unfortunately, this is the most we can get out of the AR reconstruction. But if we could find the mystery officer who was spying through the spider bot, maybe they could tell us more.
Look at this.
Tracing the Spiderbot serial number, it was assigned to New Scotland Yard 3 years ago. Perhaps more information about its user or its assignment will be available at the station.
They knew it was behind the bombings months ago. It's a fucking conspiracy, and the filth is in on it.
The only way to know for sure is to investigate New Scotland Yard. Your somewhat reckless teammate has got themselves thrown in the old clink, I'm afraid. Difficult to resist oppression from behind bars. It will be a while before they're available. Pro tip, however, why not recruit a barrister to the team? I mean, no one exactly likes a barrister, but they do have their function. They should be able to shorten the jail time of imprisoned operatives.
Man, this city's got fucking depressing. I see checkpoints, I see fuzz, I see the rascals holding us, and that's not right. What are we working for? What are we talking for? Literally circling more hands up. It's a fault, breaking jaws and locked doors, breaking their spirit, breaking their mind, breaking their signals, breaking their signs. Let the anarchy reign. Now is the time. Time to be livid. Time to be vexed. Don't pull your punches and don't hold your breath. If you don't stand up, you might be next. It's time to choose good.
This is fucked. Albion is running the station.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatised goon squad, just take your business across the street.
Break. Not a fan of the Met, but I'll take Bobby's over jackboots any day.
Not to worry, the only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spiderbot will be further in.
Live alarm. I repeat, live alarm. Location sent, need a 1013. Sweep the area, even if it's a false alarm.
Moving to assist. Selfish idiot!
Suspect is still here.
Clear. Go back to regular duty.
Cheers, mate.
There we go. I think you just made a new friend. If Albion wanted to lock them up, they must be dangerous. And dangerous we can use.
Dead on. You thinking what I'm thinking, Bagley?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of Spiderbot from the Tone bombing site.
Must be a way to ID the last user.
Navigate the Spiderbot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
I got this.
Listen, give it up. Asshole.
Calling additional units.
Sierra 4-2, Sierra 4-2, this is Control. An alarm has been activated near you. Survey the area. Over.
I'm going to have a look. I'm going to check it out. Look around. Here. Suspect is injured. Woo! Maybe cover. I'm getting shot at here.
That's it. You're going down.
They're shooting! There's only one way this ends. I've lost sight of them. There! Being shot at here! Need to reload.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. Right, get comfy. This spider-bot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now. look at all this junk. You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening.
Decided they couldn't be trusted to do their jobs. Suddenly some corporation could clean up our streets better than the same police. And well, who knows how long? We try to fight this street like business. Right, we'll never go away. And we don't live this way. So don't tell me how you had our message.
You're almost there. Make your way through this last vent part.
Get the fuck out of here!
I have it.
Scanning Spybot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
Fine.
Back office is none of your business.
I already told you to fuck off.
There's a place that you'll never get.
Just give up, will you? Get to cover! Save us all the trouble and give up!
I know you're there.
Taking fire!
Fucking bad.
Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
This fucking rabbit hole just goes deeper and deeper, doesn't it?
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
GBB drones, in the air and on location.
You can see the tailbacks here.
Because when you want the news,
The drones were able to follow the gunman.
our drones have the news.
Viewers may find some of these images.
I heard something over there.
The GPS history of the spider bot we recovered regularly pings these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
It's definitely out of the way. Perfect spot to do some off-the-book shit.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
Max, little help here? How do I get in?
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Oh, this is bright. They're gone.
Well, fuck. We got ourselves a rogue cop shop.
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
Enough to follow a lead all the way to the Tome bombing. What do you think, Bagley?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved, and they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
Fuck. Albion have thrown in with the Kellys, waiting on the bloody lizard people to join the conspiracy.
It seems like 0 Day's web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
Well, I'm not sitting on my ass while they go on abducting people off the street.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
Really? Is this what we're doing now? Nah,
Come on.
Don't move into the sky. Scan it. Good, go ahead.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing inside the EP